Hi, my name is Barry Schwartz. I'm from Rusty Brick, and I'm going to give you a demo of the iPhone Siddur version 4.0. So as you can see, the icon for the iPhone Siddur is at the bottom right on my iPhone. When you open it up, it starts up with that splash screen. Once you get past the splash screen, it usually defaults to your primary nusach, which you actually configure in the settings section. Let me quickly show you that. You go to settings, you scroll down to Siddur, and there's these options. The first option you have is to define the specific nusach. So I set mine to Ashkenaz. And I open it up, it goes to Ashkenaz. Today is Friday, so it's only going to show me Shacharis Mincha, because Marav is Shabbos davening. If I open up Shacharis, it's Friday, it's not a holiday, it's only showing me the tefillos that I say for today. If it was Monday or Thursday, it would show Torah reading. If it was Rosh Chodesh, it would show Hallel. But in this case, it just shows me the specific sections of the tefillos that I need to say for today. As you can see, here's Shemona Esrei, inserts Mishaberachs, and you have the content there. So if I was davening and I wanted to walk through specific sections, I just go ahead and I can scroll through here, and then I can skip to the next section by just clicking the next sign. If I wanted to, I could also use this drop-down menu to navigate throughout this specific section to, let's say, Birchas Torah, and it'll jump me there. I could go to the different sections. Now in Pesukei de Zimra, I could skip to, let's say I wanted to skip to Ashrei, I could do that. So that's how the navigation of the Siddur works. Again, you have Shachos Mincha Marav on a typical day. You might have other sections in here depending on what's happening that day. You have all of the brachos, including benching, al milchia, etc., etc. You have bedtime shema, and these are the main sections of the tefillos. It would actually insert different components, like if it was Rosh Chodesh in Shemona Esrei, it would insert Yalav Yavo. It would do the same thing in benching as well. So that's how the Siddur, the actual basic Siddur, functions. The next section of the Siddur is the Zmanim section. So if I click on the little Zmanim tab on the bottom, it would actually default to my current location, Friday, July 3rd, which is today, when I'm doing the video. And it shows you the different Jewish times for that day. So it has a Los Shachar, the earliest time you could put on Talis and Tefillin, sunrise, latest Shema according to the Magen Avraham. It has different post scheme. You could configure the post scheme in the settings, like I showed you before, Chasos, etc. And today is Friday. It actually has candle lighting. And if you click on it, it tells you the details about how it calculates that. It's 18 minutes before sunset, etc., etc. If you click on the About these times, it actually show you how it's using these times. It's using your current longitude and latitude based on your current GPS location to figure out the various manim. If I go forward a day by clicking the arrow and I scroll down, you'll see it says Havdalah, because again, tomorrow's Havdalah. If I want to navigate through this calendar, click on this little icon up here, the date icon, and I could go to any date I want in the world, or click on today, and it goes to today. And if I want to add locations, let's say I want to know the time, I click on the plus button, I can enter in Miami. Let's say I'm going to Miami this week, and I want to know what times the Zmanim are there. Enter Miami, click search in the bottom, and it automatically locates the information for Miami. It's not in Israel. It enters all this information in. You could obviously override it if you want, and then you click save. Now, it added Miami to my list. I could click save, and now it's showing me the times in Miami for this date. Obviously, I could go forward and look at those dates going forward as well if I wanted to. All I do is click on change, and I could go to Jerusalem, and it'll show me the dates in Jerusalem, the times in Jerusalem, or I could go back to my current location, and it'll show me the current location. Okay, so that's the Zmanim section. The next section I have to show you is the Minyanim tab. So all you do is pretty much click on the Minyanim tab. Now it's looking at my current location for the closest Minyan to my current location. I could, again, add any location I want. It uses the same location stuff from the previous Zmanim tab. And I can also flip to Miami, Jerusalem, whatever location I have. So if I go to Teaneck, it will show me the various Minyanim in Teaneck. I'll go back to my current location, and I'm going to go ahead and find the synagogue that I want to show you more details on. So if I click on this synagogue, it would show me the name of the synagogue. It would show me the address. If I click on the address, it will go to the Google Maps program. It will show me the email address. If I click on the email address, it will take me to the email program. If I click on the URL, it will take me to the Safari, the mobile browser. Here's the rabbi's name. Shows me the various zmanim that the shul davens at. So they have different minyanim throughout the week, and it tells you what time those minyanim are. It also tells you what nusach they daven. This is Ashkenaz, where it's located in GPS locations, as well as a link to the source, which is this source. This is sourced by godaven.com. So if you want to edit this, all you do is click edit, and then it will send an email to godaven.com to give you the update. If you want to add a new location, you click add, and it would actually allow you to submit a new synagogue or the current synagogue to Godaven, which they'll approve and hopefully add to our database. So that's the minyanim section. It's fairly easy to use. It's great when you're traveling and you want to find shuls where you can go daven at. The next section is the luach. The luach allows me or anybody to find what's happening on this date or upcoming date. So for today is July 3rd. It tells me the Hebrew date in both English and Hebrew. It tells me the English date. It shows me the parsha and the daf yomi, the day of the daf of the daf yomi. I could switch that to Hebrew date as well, and I could flip to any date I want. I could see what's upcoming, the different fast days coming up. I can see when it is. It's on Thursday, July 9th, which is next week. In addition, I could go to any date I want. If I want to go forward and see what's happening on that date, I could do that. If I want to go see what's upcoming in terms of holidays, I could just scroll through here and I could see that Rosh Chodesh is coming up. I could see that Rosh Hashanah is on Saturday and Sunday, and it shows you that information as well over here. So let me go into more detail about the luach. You could actually configure the luach to show your own events. So I configured my birthday to show up, which is on Hey Nisan. And I could then go ahead and see that. If I go back to the luach, and I go to the Hebrew date, and I type in, or I select Hey Nisan, let me just find it in here, and it will show me this year Hey Nisan is on March 20th, 2010. So that's when my Hebrew birthday is, on March 20th, 2010. Of course, it's also in my upcoming events. In addition, a new feature for 4.0, Siddur 4.0, is the ability to subscribe to these events in your in your calendar, in your iPhone calendar. What you do is you click on subscription settings, and then you have to enable the iCal feature. You could set then alerts to be on or off, when you want the alert to happen, how many days before. I'm leaving mine off. You could show holidays and parshas as well in the event, and then you click push event to server now. You click that, it's pushing the events. Then you click save. And all you do is click the subscribe button. You click subscribe, it asks you, do you want to subscribe? You click subscribe. I already subscribed, but I'm going to cancel that out. And then these events, these specialized events, plus the Parsha and the holidays are going to show up automatically in your iPhone calendar. And that's automatically synced. And you could push new events, you could change events, you could add new events, and it's all going to show up based on the Hebrew date information in your calendar. So if you want to want to know when the yahrzeit is, and you want to show up on your iPhone calendar, that can now happen. And that's a new feature for 4.0. We have several other features in this Siddur that makes it a pretty useful Siddur. If you click on the More tab, you'll see several different icons here. The new feature for 4.0 that only works on the new iPhone 3GS because it requires a digital compass, which is built into the hardware of the iPhone 3GS, is the Mizrach compass. You click on it, and it'll show you basically which way is Mizrach. All you got to do is turn the phone in the direction of Mizrach, and when you get it, you can see it lights up. So Mizrach is behind me. So that's how Mizrach works. Again, you need the iPhone 3GS, and you could use it indoors or outdoors, and it's pretty useful, especially when you're traveling, to know which way you're supposed to daven Shemona Esrei. There's the Mishnah Berurah section, which allows you to add Mishnah Berurahs directly into your Siddur, and as well as share it with other people. So if I wanted to add a new thing in either Hebrew or English, I could do that. You just type in the name, the first name and the mother's name, gender, and do you want to share this with other people who have the iPhone Siddur, yes or no? I'm not going to do anything there, but what I'm going to show you is that here's the public list. There's lots of people who are sharing their Mishnah Berurahs both in English and Hebrew, as you can see over here, in the Siddur. So what this means is when you configure your Siddur to show Refuah Shalemus or whatever it might be, I configured it to show up in Shemona Esrei under Rifa'enu. You can see you have the paragraph here, and then what you do is you'll be able to see your names here above this little thing. If your names were here, my name, I don't have any names in here, thank God, but it also shows you X number of random names from the iPhone Siddur list when you click the plus sign. So these are people in the iPhone Siddur community where I could actually pray for people who are using the iPhone Siddur. I selected, let me show you again how this works. If I go back to my home screen and I click on Settings and I go down to the Siddur, I'm able to configure a lot of things here, but one thing that I'm able to configure is, do I want to show public Mishaberachs? Yes and no, and how many I want to show. I'm showing 5. In addition, I can say I want to show it in Rifa'enu, I want to show it in the Shema Kolenu, or I want to show it after Shemona Esrei, or not show it at all. Either way, it always shows up in the Torah reading section. So that's a pretty neat feature, I think, that really builds on the iPhone community and allows people to better utilize the phone and build more of a community involved in the iPhone. Some other things, I showed you the Luach events already. I'm going to show you now the map. It basically plots all the people who are currently using the Siddur in the world that have this feature on. And I could zoom in and see around the world, where people are using it. And this is currently who's using it right now. So it's a nice little zoom feature. And this is improved in the 4.0. This is a feature we had in 3.0, but this is an approved feature for iPhone Siddur 4.0. Where we're allowed to use Google Maps actually in the actual Siddur. So it's a cute little feature we have there as well. Also, another feature we have here are alerts. It basically shows you Twitter alerts from the iPhone Siddur account, which is iSiddur. So it's a way for us to send you news updates, tweets, alerts, bug reports quickly without bothering you through push notifications, just by putting it over here, and you could go ahead and check it whenever you want. So it shows you that we're currently working on the Luach and the calendar integration, and we're almost there. And today I'll probably post a thing that we're submitting this program to Apple. Settings just tells you how to get to settings. There's an incredibly useful help section, as you can see here. All these different contexts about help. So if I want to go to Mizrach Compass help, it'll show me information about the Mizrach Compass, some frequently asked questions. In addition, it shows you how to contact us. And it also shows you the version number right up here in the top right, which is important when we need to debug things. Finally, there's a little link to more Rusty Brick apps, so you can make yourself, view our other apps. We have lots of apps like Kosher, Find the Closest Kosher Restaurant, and a Jewish radio, and a lot of different things here that make the iPhone even better for the Jewish community. So hopefully you like this iPhone Siddur 4.0 demo. There's more information about it at rustybrick.com/iPhone/Siddur. Again, rustybrick.com/iPhone/Siddur, and hopefully you guys will like it. Any questions, go to rustybrick.com/iPhone/Siddur.